Raheem Morris hints at exciting comebacks. Key Atlanta Falcons players poised to bounce back from injuries. Imagine the thrill of watching your favorite football team turn a string of setbacks into a powerhouse comeback. It's the stuff of championship dreams. But here's where it gets really interesting. Falcons head coach Raheem Morris is dropping hints that could redefine the team's fortunes heading into Week 9. Could multiple star players be set to return just in time for the showdown against the New England Patriots? Let's dive deep into the details and see how this injury update might shape the game. From the Falcons' headquarters in Flowery Branch, Georgia, Morris revealed on Monday that there's genuine optimism about several injured key contributors potentially suiting up for the Sunday clash. He's treating all recent injury cases as day-to-day situations, meaning their participation depends on how they respond to treatment and practice sessions leading up to game day. For football newcomers, day-to-day simply means these players are evaluated fresh each day. No long-term predictions, just careful monitoring to avoid rushing them back too soon and risking further damage. This cautious approach is crucial in the NFL, where pushing players prematurely can lead to even bigger problems down the line, like season-ending setbacks. The players in question include safety Jessie Bates III, dealing with an ankle issue, quarterback Michael Penix Jr., nursing a knee problem, wide receiver Drake London, recovering from a hip injury, defensive lineman Zach Harrison, also with a knee concern, cornerback Billy Bowman Jr., battling a hamstring strain, and edge rusher Jalon Walker, who's been sidelined by a groin ailment. It's a hefty list, and the potential return of these talents could inject new life into the Falcons' offense and defense. And this is the part most people miss. Not everyone sat out the previous game in the same way. While Bates III exited early during the fourth quarter of the Falcons' Week 8 defeat to the Miami Dolphins, adding to the drama of that loss, the others were listed as inactive, meaning they didn't even dress for the contest. That Week 8 matchup, by the way, was a tough one, highlighting how absences can shift the momentum unfairly. Morris shared some candid insights on the situation. Regarding Bates, he explained, "I've got no new updates beyond what we knew after the game, except that it's not a severe issue. It'll be handled on a day-by-day basis, so we're basically in a wait-and-see phase." He extended that thinking to the rest of the group. The same goes for Michael Penix, Drake London, Zach Harrison. All of them are in this wait-and-see, day-to-day mindset. But here's where it gets controversial. Morris downplayed the injury talk altogether, saying, "Honestly, injuries aren't something we dwell on. We don't harp on them, we just focus on preparing to play." Is this a sign of team resilience, or does it gloss over real concerns that could affect performance? Fans might debate whether this no-excuses attitude helps build mental toughness or if it's risky denial in a sport where health is everything. Walker and Bowman stand out because they've been absent for longer stretches. Walker missed the last 2 games, and Bowman the last 3, unlike the others who only skipped that one Dolphins outing. Morris acknowledged the possibility of welcoming them back. "We're hopeful about bringing Jalon and Billy back this week. Like the rest, they're day-to-day. Except for those officially on injured reserve, like Divine Deablo, everyone else will be closely watched through practices from Wednesday to Friday, right up to kickoff." Adding another layer, offensive lineman Storm Norton was recently designated to return from injured reserve last Wednesday, fresh off an ankle injury he picked up before the season even started. Morris described him as very close to being ready, noting, "He fits into that day-to-day category too." Having the option to activate him could bring some fresh competitive energy to the field, and we'd love to see him get some playing time this week. For those new to NFL jargon, returning from IR means a player has been sidelined for at least 3 weeks but is now cleared to potentially play, often after a mandatory rehab period. Penix, London, and Harrison were all listed as questionable, meaning their status was uncertain, until game day last week, while Walker and Bowman were officially ruled out in the Friday injury report. As football enthusiasts know, these designations help teams strategize, but they also fuel speculation. What if a player who was questionable ends up dominating? The Falcons vs. Patriots matchup kicks off at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday at Gillette Stadium, promising plenty of action regardless of who lines up. But here's a thought-provoking twist. Does relying on day-to-day players create an unfair advantage for teams with deeper benches, or is it just part of the game's unpredictable charm? And what do you think? Should coaches be more transparent about injuries to keep fans in the loop, or does secrecy build intrigue? Share your take in the comments below. Do you agree with Morris's low-key approach, or do you see it as a potential red flag? Let's discuss and hear your controversial takes.